Hello students. Today we are going to start with a topic land. We are done with air and water, in which we studied important properties of air, important properties of water. Okay, how that air and water is useful to us, and that is included in a natural resource. Okay, so our third most important natural resource is land, because to live we need land. As a human we need land, animals also need land, plants to grow also need land. So land is a important natural resources for living things. Okay, so some questions are given that what is land made up of? It is made up of soil, obviously. Okay, is the land is flat everywhere? No, land is not flat everywhere. As you see around the Pune or around Mumbai, you will see that number of mountains are there. Sahyadri mountain range is there. Okay, so everywhere the land is not flat. Okay, so what do you see on land? Number of trees are there, variety of trees are there, variety of animals are lives on land, variety of animal are live under the land. Okay, so soil is present on the land, means there the layer of soil is different according to the region. The color of soil is also different according to the region. So next question is, does the man produces soil or land? No, it is a natural process. Soil and land is the natural process. Man cannot produce a land by itself artificially. He can produce a house, a office, a school on the he can produce a house, office, school on the land, but man cannot produce a soil or land itself. Okay, so next question is, what has man created on land? We know that buildings, huge building, houses, school, hospitals. Okay, so these are the variety of construction which is going on a land by from since many of year. Okay, so there is one another question, that if you deep pit is if a deep pit is dug in the ground, what do you find there? Means deep pit dug means what? एक खड्डा अगर आपने किया है ग्राउंड के अंदर बहुत गहरा, so what did you find there? If you are digging a ground continuously from a particular time period of time, you will find a layer of stone, a mixture of soil. First layer is soil, then stone is there. Okay, then then again big stones are there. So as you go inside the earth surface, as you studied in geography, there is also a layers inside the earth surface. Okay, if you are digging continuously for a long time, you see you will find the water inside the land. Okay, so see what is land. So actually, so land is seen in the form of stones, soil, big rocks. Okay, as you see in this figure number, or picture number 1.7, layers of the mixture in bottle. So see, it is not flat everywhere. It is hilly in some places and flat in others. As I told you, in around the Pune mountains are there. In Okay, if you are going far away from Pune, then you will see that a plain land is there. Again you will see mountains are there. Okay, so land is not flat everywhere. Now all terrestrial animal including man live on land, because land is very very important to live. Every animal can't live inside the water, because we know that 70% percent almost is covered up by water body. Okay, now so man lives in house, some animals lives in burrow. Okay, so see, some terrestrial dig burrows in the ground for shelter, like rat, snake. Okay, so this means that they use land for fulfilling their needs, as same as the man. Also man construct a house on the land. So we also use land for farming and for building houses and roads. We make use of plants and animals in the forest that grow on land. The minerals, crude oil, and natural gas obtained from the earth are very important for us. See, inside the land, number of fossil fuels are there. What is fossil fuels? The type of fuel which is occurs naturally inside the earth surface. Okay, so that is what crude oil. From crude oil we get a uh, petrol, diesel. Okay, so this is very very important for the living thing, means man, for human, that fossil fuels are important. Okay, so now see, we have to see now. Let us see exactly what land is made up of, how land is made. For that we have to do one activity. That activity is what? You have to take one transparent plastic bottle. Okay, in that you have to take a soil, handful of soil, some stones and some dry leaves and water. Cut off the upper tapering part of a bottle, put the rest of material in the lower part and add water. See, as seen in the picture, you have to first put a stone, after that small stone, after that sand, after that black soil which is in your at your home in the plants, and after that dry leaves you have to put. Okay, so stir the mixture and put it aside. Observe in the next day and answer. Okay, what? So if you are putting a mixture like this, what you observe in next day, that you observe that this which is seen in shown in the picture, the layers of land is like that: big stone, small stone, then sand, then soil, and then dry leaves and some water in between. Okay, so land on the earth also look like this. If a pipeline is being laid in your neighborhood, observe carefully the pit dug for this purpose. You will see some layers under the land surface as shown in the accompanying figure. See that figure number 1.8. So if you are if there is any construction work is going on at your home, and some dugs, pit dugs are there, you can observe that dugs ki there is a layer of land, sorry, there is a layer of number of stones, big stones, small stones, soil inside the land is there. Okay, if there is any construction going at your near your home, you can see that easily. Okay, so if the land has a mature soil, the topmost layer is formed by the decomposition of remains of plants and animals. See this figure, that the layers of land. Okay, first is what? Humus. Small amount of leaves are there. After that a black soil is there. After that immature soil is there. After that layer of a soil and small rocks are there. And fourth last layer is what? Bedrock. Okay, so uppermost layer is what? Humus. So see, as this is the if the land has a mature soil, the uppermost layer is formed by the decomposition of the remains of plants and animals. This layer is called as what? Humus. That black soil in which plants are grown totally, farming is going out there, that soil is called as what? Humus, which is formed with the help of what? Decomposition of leaf of plants and animal waste. Okay, now the land below this is full of sand, soil, small stone, worms and insect. Below this humus layer, there is again one another layer of soil which contained number of worms, number of insects. We know that insects and worms are live inside the soil, inside under the land. So they are live in this layer. Okay, small stones are there. Now after that, soil and pieces of bedrocks are found below this layer of land. This soil is immature soil, means small stone and a soil are mixedly found inside this layer, that is called as what? Immature soil, as you seen in the picture. So further below this layer is proportion of soil decrease and that of the rock increase. Means after immature soil layer, the proportion of soil in that land is in decrease and proportion of rocks are increasing. So that's why, as you see in the picture, layer of a soil and small rocks is there, and after that only a layer of rock is there. Okay, so this is the that only layer of rock is what? Bedrock. The main mineral in the soil are derived from these rocks. Means which rocks? Bedrocks. Okay, so that is why soil in different region is different. The color and texture of a soil are both determined by this bedrock. As you observe, you see the variety of color in the structure of soil due to this bedrock. So each and every part on earth surface, the bedrock is different, so that's why the minerals present in the soil are different and color of a soil is different. Okay, so this is what the basic structure of a layers of a land. Now we have to see the process of soil formation. See, so the how soil is formed. The soil on the land is formed by the natural process. Important line: That is, this the soil on the land is formed by the natural process. There is no man-made or artificial processes included in the formation of soil. So the abiotic components of a soil are supplied through the weathering of a bedrock. Means, what is abiotic component? The abiotic components means which is provided by the nature. Okay, so they are sub components of a soil are supplied through the weathering of a bedrock due to the heat, cold and water of the due to the heat, cold and water of the sun, wind and rain respectively. The bedrock breaks down into pieces. Means, due to the heat of sun, due to the cold of wind, cold and water of the rain, this bedrock breaks into the pieces and break down into the pieces, and stone, sands and soil are formed from these pieces. Means, basic layer of the soil is which? Bedrock. So bedrock is most important layer which is responsible for the formation of soil. Means, through this bedrock, when heat from the sun, cold from the wind and water from the rain are bombarding on that, means they are mixed with that soil, sorry, that bedrock, then that bedrock, due to this pressure, that bedrock breaks into the pieces and it forms a soil. So stone, sand and soil are formed from these pieces. Microbes, worms and insects are found among them. Okay, so after that, rodent like mice and rats are also found here. We know that inside the lands, rats, insect, worms are there. So these are also are at which layer? In the below the humus layer. Okay, now which is called as mature soil. Now microbes, worms, so these the roots of the trees growing on the land also help weathering of rock. The process of soil formation is slow and continuous. It takes about a thousands of years for a 2.5 centimeter thick layer of a mature soil to form. That's why um, on every piece of a land farming is not possible. Okay, there is a some amount of land there on which farming is possible because a mature soil is present there. Why? Because in only in mature soil the plant can grow properly. Okay, so in mature soil only you can grow a plants can grow properly with proper minerals. Okay, so how much amount of time is needed for the process of the soil? That is a thousands of year for the 2.5 centimeter thick layer of mature soil to form. Okay, now soil get destroyed in a short period due to flood, storm and human activity such as mining. See, important thing that the formation of soil takes so much too many years. Okay, like thousands of years, but it can destroy in very short period of time due to flood, means due to force of water, as we discuss about soil erosion. Okay, due to storms and due to human activities such as mining means what? Coal mining, gold mining. Okay, digging of mountain for tunnels. Okay, so that is why it is necessary to conserve soil and to prevent erosion of the land. What is erosion? Actually, erosion of the land means what? Minerals and important uh, particles in the soil get lost with the flow of water. That is called as what? Soil erosion. Okay, so the best remedy for this is to increase a green cover of the land. Erosion of the land is reduced if grass, trees and bushes are grown in it, because that hold the roots of the trees and bushes are holding that soil tightly, so that soil cannot erode due to flow of water. Okay, so this is all about the process of soil formation. We have to prevent our soil, we have to conserve soil because it takes too many years to form. Okay, so now humus is the layer formed on the soil due to decomposition of dead plants and animals by microbes. Humus supplies nutrients to the soil. Humus is also important for aerating the soil and for holding water in the soil. So the proportion of humus in the upper layer of good fertile soil is about 33% to 50%. Means in a good fertile soil, means in a farming soil, humus proportion is how much? 33 to 50%, because humus is one type of decomposed, that is made up of dead plants and animals or microbes. So humus supplies number of nutrition to the soil, which is very important for the growth of plant. Okay, now see, forest on the land got buried underground due to the great upheavals that took place on the earth many years ago. After that, the process of formation of fossil fuel formed. The remaining remains of living things took place underground. We get fuel like petrol, diesel, kerosene, paraffin, and other useful material like tar and wax from the fossil fuel called crude oil. As I told you earlier, that crude oil is very important for us. That is a fossil fuel from which we will get petrol, diesel, kerosene, and paraffin. Petrol and diesel are important for vehicles. Okay, so due to this uphill going which is happening on the earth many years ago, due to that fossil fuels are formed. Okay, so this fossil fuel we have to conserve for our future also, because it is a limited, because it takes a long period of time to reconstruct it. Okay, so living things uses land, water, and air available on the earth, and so does man also. However, the proportion of these resources that are actually put to use is very small as compared to the whole earth. See, in this table, that land is only 29%, but it is enough for all the living things. Potable water, that is drinking water, fresh water, is only 0.3%, but it is enough for all the living things. And oxygen is only 21%, that is also enough for all the living things. Even in, see, so that is given in your book, that even in this small proportion, the resources shown in the above table are sufficient for all living things. Only it is very necessary for man to control his greed. Means we have to control our requirement. We have to conserve our water. We have to try to make air fresh, because means what we have to do, we have to do less pollution. For conservation of water, we have to recycle the wastewater. We have to use water carefully. Okay, we don't have to waste water, and we use land and fossil fuel according to our need only. We don't have to waste that. Okay, now in other words, man must use to these resources judicially, means slowly. Okay, with the awareness that they are meant for all other living thing and not just for the mankind. As we know, this air, water, and land is also important for the living of animals also and trees also. So there, it is not only for man. We are becoming very selfish day by day. We are only thinking about ourselves. We are not thinking about animals and plants. So we have to think on that. That is these three resources are also important for the growth of plants and animal, and that plants and animals are also important uh, for the growth of man also. So we have to understand this. Okay, so this is all about air, water, and land. Now you can solve the exercise in your notebook. Okay.